Hello everyone! Welcome back to Learn English at Home 79. Today we're going to talk about a very important story from American history, September 11, 2001. Have you ever heard about this day? Let us know in the comments if you have. We'll learn some new words together, so get ready to improve your English.
Hi there! I'm really looking forward to this episode. We'll not only tell the story, but also explain every new word we meet. So even if you're a beginner, don't worry, everything will be clear and simple. Let's start our story.
One of the darkest days in American history was September 11, 2001. In fact, many people call it a day that will live in infamy.
Now, let's explain that word infamy. Infamy means being famous for something very bad. For example, a criminal might be known in infamy. So, this day is remembered for something terrible.
It was the most tragic day in the country's history since December 7, 1941, when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor.
Do you know what tragic means? Tragic describes something very sad or terrible, and harbor is a place where ships stay safely in the water, like a parking lot for boats. Pearl Harbor is the name of a famous harbor in Hawaii.
That's right, and both these days are remembered because something very sad happened. Let's keep going and see what took place on September 11.
On September 11th, Muslim extremists hijacked 4 commercial airliners. Their attempt was to destroy the American spirit by slamming jets into important buildings.
Let's pause and explain a few words here. First, hijack means to take control of a vehicle by force, usually a plane or a bus. The person who does it is called a hijacker.
And an airliner is just a large airplane used for carrying people like the planes you take on vacation. Commercial means it's used for business, not the military.
We also saw the word attempt. An attempt is when someone tries to do something, but they might not succeed. For example, you can attempt to climb a mountain.
And extremist means someone who has very strong ideas, usually too strong, and may use violence. Here, it refers to the people who did this terrible act.
Early that morning, American Airlines Flight 11 slammed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York. Then, Flight 175 struck the South Tower.
Let's explain a few words. A flight is simply a trip by airplane. A tower is a very tall building or structure. And slam means to hit something very hard and fast.
Great explanations. Strike is another word Heret means to hit something, usually with force. Both attacks caused extreme damage.
And extreme means very great or intense. The heat from the burning jet fuel was so extreme, it caused the towers to collapse.
And collapse is when something falls down suddenly, like a building or even a chair if it breaks.
Around the same time, Flight 77 crashed into the Pentagon, which is a government building in the country's capital, Washington, D.C.
Let's explain Pentagon. The Pentagon is the main office building for the U.S. military. It's called that because it has 5 sides. And a capital is the city where a country's government works. Here, it's Washington, D.C.
And don't forget, crash. To crash means to hit something suddenly and with a lot of force, often causing damage.
Exactly. These attacks were meant to destroy important places. Destroy means to break something so badly it can't be used anymore.
Yes, and these places were the targets. Target means something you aim for, like in a game or in a real attack.
The fourth flight, United Airlines Flight 93, was also headed for the Capitol. Most people think its target was the Capitol building or the White House.
But brave passengers, after hearing what was happening, decided to stop the hijackers. Brave means having courage, being able to do something even if it's scary or dangerous.
Those passengers stormed the cockpit. Passenger is someone traveling in a vehicle like a plane or a bus. Storm here means to run in quickly and forcefully.
And the cockpit is the front part of the plane where the pilot sits to fly the plane. The passengers took the controls back from the hijackers.
Sadly, the plane crashed in a field in Pennsylvania, and no one survived. Survive means to stay alive after something dangerous.
In total, about 3.0 Americans lost their lives that day. But the American spirit was not suppressed. Suppress means to stop something from happening or growing.
And despite such loss, the country began its journey of recovery. Recovery is the process of getting better after something bad happens, like getting healthy after being sick.
It's important to remember how people came together to help each other. Even in tragic times, kindness and bravery can shine.
Absolutely. The day was tragic, but it also showed how strong people can be. Let's talk about how these lessons connect to our lives today. So, what can we learn from this story? In difficult times, people can show great courage and help each other. Can you think of a time when people in your country worked together during a problem?
That's a great question. In many countries, people work together during natural disasters or health emergencies, just like after September 11. Working as a team is important for recovery.
Exactly. Also, understanding these events helps us remember why peace and kindness matter. It's also a reminder to learn from history so we can build a better future.
If you ever face a difficult moment, remember the brave passengers of Flight 93. Even small actions can make a big difference.
Now, let's review the new words we learned. I'll say each word, and my friend will give an example sentence. Ready? Let's go!
Sure. Airliner. We flew to Paris on a big airliner. Attempt. I will attempt to cook tonight. Brave. The firefighter was very brave. Capital. The president works in the Capitol.
Cockpit. The pilot sits in the cockpit. Collapse. The chair will collapse if it's broken. Commercial. Many people travel on commercial flights. Crash. The car crash was very loud.
Destroy. Fire can destroy a house. Eventual. After much work, we reached our eventual goal. Extreme. The desert has extreme heat. Extremist. An extremist can be very dangerous.
Flight. My flight leaves at 8 p.m. Fuel. Cars need fuel to run. Giant. The elephant is a giant animal. Harbor. Boats are safe in the harbor. Hijack. Someone tried to hijack the train.
Hijacker. The hijacker took control of the plane. Infamy. The villain's name lives in infamy. Jet. A jet is a fast airplane. Muslim. My friend is a Muslim. Passenger. There were many passengers on the bus.
Pearl. Pearls are found in the ocean. Pentagon. The Pentagon is in Washington, D.C. Recovery. She is in recovery after surgery. Slam. He slammed the door. Storm. The soldiers stormed into the room.
Strike. Lightning can strike a tree. Suicide. Suicide is a very sad thing. Suppress. It's hard to suppress laughter. Survive. Only one plant survived the storm. Target. He hit the target.
Tower. The tower is very tall. Tragic. Losing a pet is tragic. Weaken. The wind can weaken a tree. Remember to remember these words. Use them in your own sentences, write them down, and repeat them often. Now it's your turn. Can you think of a time when someone was brave in your community? Maybe someone helped others or did something difficult. Share your story with us in the comments.
Yes, we love reading your answers. Practicing English by sharing real-life stories is a great way to improve. Don't be shy. Every answer helps you get better at English.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Remember, learning English is a journey, and every step you take brings you closer to your goal. Don't give up and keep practicing every day.
We believe in you. Keep listening, keep speaking, and you'll see progress. And remember, mistakes are part of learning. See you next time on Learn English at Home 79.
Here's a final tip. Try to use the new words from today's episode in your daily life. The more you use them, the easier they will become. You can do it. Bye for now and happy learning.